Drink up, you'll find that the more you drink, the funnier the show is. Why that is. It's great to be here. This is one of the best clubs in the country. I don't know if you're aware of that. And it's my first time in DC, so it's been a real privilege to be here. Been out doing all the sites. Today I went to a dog park, so. And where I live in Virginia Beach, they just put cameras on all the traffic lights. Right? So yeah, they have it here. So if you crash a light, they will send you a ticket in the mail with your picture. Now I fell victim to this about 3 weeks ago. I go to the mailbox, I'm like, City of Virginia Beach. I'm like, ticket! I'm like, and then I look in my picture. I'm looking, and I'm like, no. And I mailed it back to him. And I told him no. For $80, I won 2 8x10s, 3 5x7s, and a 15 long. And also remember, someone commits a crime and they put their picture on television. You know what they get the picture from? The DMV, your driver's license picture. So I'm thinking, should I return to a life of crime? I want to look good. So I had my driver's license done by Glamour Shots. One day I'll turn on the news. Have you seen this man? Local police are looking for this man. And we all hate the DMV, don't we? Everybody hate the DMV? Yes. I think DMV employees, when they leave work, should be forced to leave their DMV name tags on. So as they go about their business, we can do to them what they do to us, right? They go to buy a newspaper. I'd like to buy a newspaper, please. Sure. Oh, DMV. I'm sorry. We're. Do you have your? I screwed up the joke. I'm gonna do it again, right? Take two. So we all hate the DMV, don't we? I think DMV employees, when they leave work, should be forced to leave their DMV name tags on, right? This way, we can do to them what they do to us. They go to buy a newspaper. I'd like to buy a newspaper, please. Oh, DMV. I'll need your SAT reading scores. Go to pay their cable bill. Do you have your remote on you? They go to church. Ah, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, DMV. I'm sorry, we're closed on Sundays. Well, a lot better that way. I was in Charleston, South Carolina recently. I was sitting at a bar, and I heard these two guys talk who were truck drivers. And listening through their conversation, I learned something I did not know. Do you guys know that many truck drivers keep peanut butter in their trucks? So if they're ever pulled over, they put the peanut butter in their mouth, and it kills the alcohol smell. You guys ever hear that before? I had never heard that, but I'm sitting there listening going, what the hell? So first, it's nice to know that we have drunk truck drivers out there, right? And apparently choosy mother truckers choose Jif. A few weeks ago, I did a show in Wichita, Kansas. And it was a really long drive. I had like a 26-hour drive. And I'm driving down the road, and I got behind this big truck. On the back of the truck, it said, how's my driving? Call 1-800. So I figured I got a really long drive. I'm bored. And I'm a comedian. All right, I'm gonna get this guy in trouble, right? So I call the number, I'm like, yeah, hi, this is Bill Russ calling. I'm on 35 West, right behind one of your vehicles. It's truck number AB6324. Yeah, this guy is speeding and tailgating. He's all over the road. I don't know what his problem is. He's driving like crap. What's that? Am I the dork in the black Honda behind you? I swerved to get around him. He threw a jar of Jif at me. No. Tell you about myself, I don't drink at all, and just because I don't like the taste. And when I go to the bars, I'll get a Coke, you know. All my friends make fun of me. They're like, come on, man, have a shot, have a shot. I'm like, I'm all right. Like, come on, man, have a beer, catch a buzz. I'm all right. They put this pressure on me. So I try to turn the tables on and put the pressure back on them. I'm like, why don't you try not drinking? That's the look they give me. So I put the pressure back on them. I'm like, what are you afraid of? Afraid you'll accidentally pay your rent on time? Afraid your credit score will go up? Afraid you'll accidentally sleep with a good-looking person? That's the end of April. You guys kept up with your New Year's resolutions? Those were gone January 2nd, weren't they? This is about the beginning of the year. We're all full of optimism. You know, this is going to be my year. I'm going to get my act together. I'm the same way. I'm a big procrastinator. By applause, any procrastinators here? Right? The real procrastinators will clap later. And I was reading an article about procrastination. They said, you're more apt to do things if you write them down. So now I make to-do list. You guys do this? I was like, Monday, wash car, clean house, do laundry. It's Saturday, do Monday's list. And I'm real sloppy too. I used to be really neat as a kid. I was so neat as a kid, my brother and I shared a room. And he would make his bed, and I would remake it because it wasn't neat enough. That's how anal I was. That was how I become slovenly as an adult. So I'm trying to get clean and organized. So I was watching one of those organizational shows on HGTV. And they said when you're going through your house, cleaning and organizing, a rule of thumb is, if you haven't used it in a year, get rid of it. So I'm thinking about having myself castrated. I was watching Dateline NBC the other night, and they were doing a show about shock therapy. They had this little 10-year-old girl in there who was terrified of spiders. It was so much she couldn't even leave her house. So her parents put her in this shock therapy program, where the therapist initially just showed her pictures of spiders. Then they had her interact with a toy spider. Then by the end of the therapy, she was able to interact with a real live spider. Shock therapy, it was amazing. So I contacted Dateline, and I told them I'm terrified of naked women. Stone Phillips to call me. Tell you about myself, I'm in my 30s now, and guys, as you get older, you gotta take care of yourself more, you gotta go to the doctor, and I've been doing that. He's been telling me what exercise to do and what to eat. And now his office keeps calling me back. He keeps wanting me to return. I think my doctor has a crush on me. And I'm like, really? You let a man stick his finger up your butt once. He thinks he owns you. I mean, these eye doctors. Is that better or worse? Is that better now or worse? Tell me, is that better now or worse? I was coming out of Target the other day, and right by the exit, they had a table set up with a sign that said, "Vote for the best cashier." Best cashier? Like, what are you looking for, you know? So I went with 74-year-old Earl. He not only gave me back too much change, he forgot to ring up half my shit. And a while ago, I got into debt real heavily, had to borrow some money. This was getting this, right? I saw this ad, you've probably seen it, it said, bad credit, no problem. Well, 3 months later, apparently there was a problem. They seemed really surprised I couldn't pay. I'm like, you knew my history? What the heck were you thinking, loaning me money? In fact, I got a letter from them the other day that said, final notice. So I'm just glad that's over.